Tonight, on the Bubblecast, the defiant Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys owner, president, and GM, sounds off on team after another embarrassing home loss. Will a coaching change be made? The guys also will recap the latest primetime games from another wild NFL Sunday and give analyst for so far. The big NFL blockbuster trades for Deshaunte Adams and Amari Cooper. We will also cap the exciting highlights in sports with the top 3 Bubble Jam plays of the week. This and more tonight on the Bubblecast, unbiased, unfiltered, and unleashed with D&E.
What's up, what's up? Welcome to the Bubblecast with your host, D.
Your boy, Big Money E. What's happening?
What's up, Bubblecast Nation? Let's get right into it. Game of the week. NFL was a wild, crazy week. And we got the most top plays. We're calling it the Bubble Jams of the week. Let's check them out.
Second down, 2. Trade made. Time and distance. Going and he's gone. Full-time touchdown. Here we go. Up into the air. Into the end zone. And incomplete.
Around the water fountain playing the fool. Joe Cool, take his bow. If the principal catches you out of sight, take those shades on.
Starting with the that second top play was the Bills versus Jets Monday Night Football game. You know, outside of a few anemic plays, it looked real pedestrian out there for the Jets, even after the coaching change. Got a few highlights for that Bills Jets game. Let's check it out.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is off the upright again. Davis has rushed for 87 yards in the game and made 3 catches for 55. Here's Kincaid. First down, Buffalo. He's been very mindful of it, and he's finished the runs. Coleman makes the catch. First down, out of bounds inside the 20. This is a huge play. This is the biggest play in the game right now. Extra men on the rush. Sherwood has broken up. Off the hands of Hollins. Play made by Isaiah Oliver. Bass knocks it through. That's what I was thinking. It's the tuck rule, and I thought it was a fumble. Third down and 4, and Rodgers and Wilson not on the same page, but a flag for the coverage. Both teams have had 10 accepted penalties.
Pass interference defense, number 47. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Last play before the 2-minute warning. Rodgers buys time, airs it out. Mike Williams fell down, and it is picked by Tyron Johnson. Taron Johnson made the interception as Mike Williams fell down. That was the first turnover of the game, by the way, the interception by Taron Johnson. Here's Allen. He's got it. First down, Buffalo. I don't know where the Jets go from here, quite honestly, Joe. They come in here in this game, all the changes that they occurred this week.
You know, we heard Troy Aikman just say they don't know what type of the changes the Jets are going to make, but to be honest, the Jets had 2 missed field goals that game, and they could have went either way, but they made a big trade for Adams this past week, actually a few days ago. It could go up and down for the Jets, but I guess they're going all in on Rodgers. And if there was any doubt who's calling the shots now, he's worth a third up there in East New Jersey, is Aaron Rodgers.
So what you think, he's similar to LeBron, huh?
Oh yeah, the player number 6. Yeah, he got all the
So,
power.
so, so he a dictator too, huh?
Yep.
Man, okay, well, my thing about that, man, I don't know what happened with the situation over in New York, man. Aaron Rodgers clearly said he ain't have anything to do with the man getting fired, so we can't put it on him. You know what I'm saying? People can make assumptions, they can assume a lot of things, but if the man say he ain't do it, he ain't do it, bro. I'm not gonna blame. It was a disaster before. The man went a whole season last year without Rodgers and struggle. So you can't put the whole thing on Rodgers being disgruntled player and angry player. You can't put him on that. But at the end of the day, man, they end up signing Devontae Adams. Man, they reunited together, man, and I think going forward, man, they about to put up some big numbers. And then luckily you got the guy. I traded Aaron Rodgers to you on fantasy, so you shouldn't even be complaining. You should be happy that they got Adam. You know what I'm saying? Your stock about to go up dramatically. I said, man, look at it. But I don't know. Do you want to answer the question? What type of duo are they gonna be? The old Green Bay and duo or this New York Jet? Because a lot of people been saying that. Oh, are we gonna get this Paul Pierce and KG in
KG.
Brooklyn, or we gonna get this? You know what I'm saying? KG and Paul Pierce in Boston. You know what I'm saying? So now they looking like, hey man, what they gonna do? But I feel like they already got chemistry together, man. And he already starting the game Sunday, man. He ain't wasting no time. He just got there. So man, I'm waiting to see what them guys gonna do, man. Cause they got like what 6 more night games.
Yep.
So we gonna see what they gonna do, man. I feel like they start gonna do, cause they still got Gary Wilson, man. You know what I'm saying, number 5 and Lazard. So adding Adams to that lineup, bro, it's about to be ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, and speaking of Adams, in the Pat McAfee interview on ESPN when it was interviewing Rogers, guess who showed up coincidentally to speak with him?
Yeah, I saw a sneak up behind him too. Yeah,
I
he
think
was already at his house. Like he already knew he was going there, so he just already came to his house.
they going all in, and the NFC East, is wide open. Of course, the Patriots made a quarterback change. Drake May, one of those top players. You saw he got his first touchdowns. And the
Yeah,
Bills, it's not a so a no team has really secured the East AFC East as of yet because Tua is still on the DL. The offense are going up and down, and Bills, Patriots, and now the Jets is just gonna be who will run to the last foot race. And I think the Jets may got the best answer with Adams. The Bills counter with a trade for Amari Cooper.
yeah, they got a big trade with Amari Cooper, man. But like I say, man, it goes to what are these guys gonna do, man? You know what I'm saying? You sitting up here looking at the big name, they look good on paper, their resume look good, but what are you gonna do? Which Allen got a big arm, man, and I feel like he is gonna stretch the field with Cooper. And they was looking for that one guy, man, since Stephon Diggs went to Houston. So they needed that deep threat. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they did find it with Cooper. I'm mad that I dropped him in fantasy now because you know what I'm saying. I let him go, man, but I think he's gonna put up some big numbers now, man. He had to get out of Cleveland, man. They don't know how to use him, and I feel like I'm gonna tell you, man. I feel like Amari Cooper is one of the highly talented players, man, that just got overlooked his whole career, man. He started out, man, with Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Went to Dallas, then went to Cleveland. He just didn't get the recognition that he deserved, man. And I hope he just have a good season up in Buffalo, man. Just to show people, man, what he can do and what folks missed out on, man. Because I feel like he got overlooked, bro. He came from Alabama, man, coming in the NFL high, and I just felt like his whole career he got overlooked, man. People never gave him the respect that he deserved.
Yeah, that's true. And that him and Dak linked up in Dallas. But I think his best version of him, what they call the ACDC, him and Derek Carr and the Raiders. And maybe they
Mm,
can get that flowing again in Buffalo.
yeah,
Josh Allen now has another reliable weapon. Where they lost in Diz. And they also lost Gabriel. People forget Diz was the only receiver that left Buffalo. Gabriel went to Jacksonville, I think.
Yeah, Gabe Davis. Yeah,
And you give him a now a reliable target out there that can maybe draw the double teams, open up the field for Knox, open up the running game. And as you saw in that last play, the victory was secured by the last of Allen. So he hasn't been doing a lot of that this year because hey, ball hasn't been spread around much. Even though
no,
they played lights out in those first three games, they weren't really spreading the ball out that much. And now that he's got another reliable weapon in Cooper, now Josh Allen, the runner, can get also spread that field out too.
yeah, man. I can't wait to see what they can do, man. But at the end of the day, I just keep hoping they lose, man. You know I'm riding with the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad my boy came up there, man, put two touchdowns up on him, man. And unfortunately, we lost. You know what I'm saying? He struggled a little bit. He threw two interceptions also, man. So at the end of the day, man, that was the first start. He looked good to me. He looked better than Brissett. So,
Way better than respect.
hey, he getting the ball out his hand quicker, and then he's taking the mobile situation too, man. He running when he need to. You know, you're not just sitting in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Brissett was just sitting there, man. It's like he was freezing up, man, out there, man. I'm like, dude, we gotta get this guy up out of there, man. But Drake, he looked a decent out. I never said they were gonna beat Houston or even, betted against, Houston, man, in that game. I knew they was gonna come out hot, man. Them boy put up like 41 points.
Yep.
And man, they demolished New. So it's just like, man, but I can accept that loss. Long as my rookie coming in, man, looking decent, bro. I can accept it, bro. It is what it is.
And if you look at Houston and Stroud, they gave him two solid veterans and Joe Mixon from the Bengals, and of course
Man,
Diggs. Mixon really, has really been kind of off and on, but that's been his MO when he was with the Bengals. I mean, he get that hot streak, then he can give you a couple of dud games. But I think right now Houston got a quiet team that nobody want to see play in the postseason.
no, I'm gonna disagree with you on that because a lot of people here paying attention to Houston, man. They not sleeping on Houston because they were saying they like one of the top teams that's gonna make the playoffs. Not saying that we gonna see if anybody can knock Kansas City out because I still don't see that dominant team just knocking them guys out. Like I say, the only team that I see that can beat them is Cincinnati, man. Like even when they play Baltimore, man, it's like Baltimore come out there, they
Yep.
try to fight with them guys, man. But it's like they never come out with the right game plan against Kansas City. They can beat them, but at the end of the day, man, it's like the game plan just don't be right. They come and they overdo their game plan. Like either they run with Lamar or they don't. They just let them sit back there. And then when when the game on the line, man, you gotta take what you can get, man. You can't just keep letting Kansas City. They can come back within 55 seconds. I saw that you gotta come back in like 20 something seconds, man. Kick a field goal, win the game, bro. You thinking it's over, and it's never over again, Kansas City, man. And I feel like Cincinnati is the only team that poses a threat to Kansas City. I don't see it from nobody else.
Speaking of Cincinnati, you saw that the top play of the week, Mr. Joe Cool said he went Thanos mode, so I do it myself. Ran for
Yeah,
47 yards.
damn right.
Yeah, man. Joe Cool, man, with the top play and backtracking to the Ravens. I know the marquee matchup was Lamar versus Jalen. Everybody said compare him to Lamar. Jalen was like, hey, I'm not Lamar, which is true, but you got to give respect to the two-time MVP. And I know the whole marquee matchup was the quarterbacks, but the player of the game was to me was the big acquisition, King Henry. I think we got
Oh
to
man, yeah. He put on some big numbers on that field, man. I mean, that's the reason why they got him, man. Because they was looking for a big guy. Baltimore always had premier running backs, man, from all my Jamal Lewis, man, Willie McGee, and Willie McGee, and they come out, man. They always had them hard hitting running backs that can stand up and take some hits, man. And with them adding Derrick Henry, man, that was just the missing pieces on their offense because I feel like they had the tight ends, they had the receivers. They were just missing that ground and pound running back that they always had, and they always had those. And they kind of went down here for a few years without a few running backs that wasn't, they. And then thinking of J.K. Dobbins that's in with the Chargers now. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. He was with the Ravens, but they didn't use him right, man. But then in LA, man, he doing good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, dang. But they were missing that ground and pound running back, man. And I think they found that in Derrick Henry, bro.
And we're gonna see how it pays off in the playoffs for Henry. But let's check out week 6. Henry had a couple of nice runs for 2 scores. We got a couple of footage of it, courtesy of CBS and the NFL. Let's check it out.
You're going to see the movement from the right side. This is Baltimore Raven Football 101. Watch Rosengartner, the right tackle, and the tight end tag team this one up. Kohler right there. They're going to displace and move him 5 yards downfield.
And now it's Henry time. Derrick cutting it outside. Derrick Henry! Touchdown, Ravens!
Secret way to score and be the best red zone team, be able to run the football, and he's as good as anybody.
Still face that with power, with Henry, with a touchdown. Great call, Tony. His second touchdown of the game.
Bring Ricard back from the left side and let the big guy. Nobody wants to hit him.
They're right. Nobody want to touch him, man. Who gonna stand in that way?
Nobody. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna get stiff on, or they're gonna get ran over.
It's like that still for him transferred over to Lamar now. They saw Lamar had the second top play last broadcast. He's still from the Bengals lineman. Man.
Yeah.
And I think this is what Baltimore needed. They need that consistent running back and backtrack the Dobbins and the other running backs they may have had in the past. It was a series where they kept getting hurt and injured. They couldn't stay healthy. And Lamar did majority of the running, and now it's going to be the first complete back I think he had in his career. And
yeah, since he been there, he have been missing that, man. That's what I was saying, man. Baltimore always been built off the run, man. They always had premier running backs. And since Lamar been there, that's the only piece he haven't had since he been there. He never had a top running back, and he got one now.
And with those tight ends, Edwards and Likely, this it's coming together. This could be the team that could tie boys. They had a couple bad losses this year, but I think this is the worst one yet. I thought McCarthy was going to get shut out the door and replaced immediately after the game. But Jerry Jones, held his hand. He hasn't made a coaching change yet, but we're not going to show footage for the game because it'll be all Lions highlight. Nothing too much to talk about. But it's interesting to see what Jerry Jones had to say after the game. Let's check it out.
And thanks to a lot of things you can criticize about what we were about out there today. It can't be about that. It can't be. We're not. We've got to assess. We've certainly got a bye week, but there's nothing magic about a bye week. You can do some things differently within 3 days of some of the things that bit us out there today. This was very concerning, and it was very humbling, and it was very, it felt bad because of all of our great fans, and especially the ones at that stadium, and certainly the ones that are all about the Cowboys. So we've got a lot of work to do. I'm glad we've got this bye week coming up here. It'll give everybody an opportunity to get out and actually practice what it is that takes you to be more successful in a game like this. This was a shocker. I thought we could do a lot of things better in that football game, and I think we can. We just didn't do them out there today. So I don't have a lot of answers. What are you going to do about it? We're going to go to work. Going to use the young guys we've got out there, the reps they're getting, the experience they're getting. We're going to try to make that help us get in position to win some ball games.
You talk about your fans, Jerry.
And Bubba Cat Nation, you'll notice in the background, we've had a little fun, a little humor with the Belichick gifts. But I honestly thought, man, they're going into a bye week. Another bad loss at home at that. McCarthy. I mean, if his seat wasn't hot, man, it's flaming Cheeto hot now.
So I mean that right there, man, just straight up embarrassing, man. For it to happen on Jerry Jones' birthday was completely embarrassing, man. I mean, so I don't know what's going on with Dallas right now at the moment, man. I like we talked about it last week, and I thought they was gonna come out this week with with better chemistry, man, and they came out way worse than what the first few weeks that we talked about, man. And they looked way worse. Like you said, man, it's the worst game they had in their whole season. And like I said, I want to ask you, man, what you thinking? You know what I'm saying with McCarthy in this situation, man. I'm asking. Like we already got Belichick sitting there waiting for a job next year, man. And the way Dallas going, I don't think McCarthy gonna be there next year, bro.
To be honest, if they have another bad loss upcoming, he might be fired this year, and goddamn Belichick might be hired as a special advisor or something. But they can't lose no more games, especially not like that. I think Jerry Jones is watching closely. I can't believe he didn't make a coaching change already because the way he was talking in the interview, he was like, man, he was saying in so many words like, hey, this is unacceptable. I mean, you can tell he was really pissed off and embarrassed. And he used the word humbling. And Jerry Jones ain't used to the word humbling. I mean, people say what he will about his track record about being the president, owner, and GM. To me, he gives you everything you can have and no excuses to lose. And right now, I think he knows that window is drying up with his team.
Uh,
And the transfer of power may even happen soon with him and Steven. How long does Jerry want to do this full time? He doesn't show signs of showing now, but you can tell, he still wants that Lombardi trophy. And I think it's not taken away from any other owner in the league. I think you look at Jerry Jones right now, he's going all in. And I think if McCarthy they just can't lose. If they have another bad loss, just like the loss to the Saints this year, this loss, you stink up the joint, especially at home. I think McCarthy don't even last the whole season.
yeah, and that's facts. And like I say, man, I don't know what the future hold, man. But I'm saying, like Jerry's normally in charge of everything in Dallas, man. And I don't think even if he brought Bill in, he's not gonna give Bill that same amount of praise that Kraft gave him. GM roles and stuff like that. Let him run things more than the team. Jerry's not having it. Jerry bringing you in the coach team, and like you said, man, there's a win-win situation right now. Everybody trying to win the championship. Like everybody know Belichick coming in with that championship mindset. You know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the day, he has to stay in that coaching mindset. He got to come in with a level head, thinking that's just what it's gonna be, and not just trying to get a front office position or a GM position like he did in New England, man. And I think that would tarnish their relationship up there with him and Robert Kraft.
Yeah, right. We can talk about that on another special podcast about that Crown situation. The NFL, as good as it is, there's a lot of backdoor dealings that was wrong, and Belichick got done wrong in some of his coaching opportunities. But I think you're right. If Belichick comes with the mindset, of all places, especially Dallas, you gonna have no type of GM say so. Jerry
Mhm.
told kids get the hell out of my way. He
Yeah, yeah.
drafted CeeDee Lamb. He told his entire staff, the entire first round, this is my call. And he drafted CeeDee Lamb that year. And Belichick got to go in, like you said. He's the head coach. And I think if Belichick bring in his team of coordinators, Dallas can make some noise. Even this year, Belichick can still be effective. And I know, no disrespect to McCarthy at all, but you done had a couple of bad losses, especially at home. And right now, you got an owner that's looking at the clock on both ends. Is running the organization because Jerry, even his defeats in the past, you see more like a flamboyant Jerry, a defiant Jerry. What we just saw in that last clip, he was like,
He's sick.
he was like, shit, goddamn.
That was because it was his
Oh,
birthday, man. Come on, that was a bad loss for his birthday.
damn, damn. But Bubba Cash Nation, man, this was a short week for us. again, we're transitioning into a new system, new format, and this is the end of the show. We got a bubble special surprise. This should be no surprise at all. The Bus Show Bubble of the Week. Jerry Jones.
Well, you got Jerry.
Unanimous decision on Jerry. I think it's the second time we done decided unanimous together that it's Jerry Jones. You got that beat down on your birthday.
A passenger, or I run your shit over like a massive truck, and you left with the questions you asking us. Man, I'm rough with your bubble, it has to bust. Man, I'm rough with your bubble, it has to bust. Man, I'm rough with your bubble, it has to bust. Man, I'm rough with your bubble, it has to bust.
The Bus Show Bubble of the Week.
Oh, I remember those criticisms very well. Okay, so what?
Are they playing out
So
to be
what?
accurate?
What's your point? What's your point?
My point is, it seems like
point? Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay? I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. This is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask why.
Job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay? Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners. And I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Now, I'm not talking to these yahoos on the end of this phone. I'm talking to you, the fans that are listening this morning.
He knows, goddamn it, I went all in on Dak, CD. We've even brought back Zeke. What I'm gonna do. This is it. I think maybe he feels that this is it.
And I feel like it's coming like that too, man. Because he like you say, man, he being more aggressive, man, than he normally be, man. I feel like he just got his hands in a lot of things, which he should have, man. But Jerry Jones always had his finger in the pot, man. When it comes to Dallas, man, that's his team. He bought him, He want to have a say so in everything they do. So. But at the end of the day, man, if you want to coach, let the coach, man. Don't come down now, putting your input in stuff that you don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? The coach done made a game plan up and you come down there talking about, oh, I want it this way and do it this way. These my players. You know what I'm saying? You can't come out there with that mindset as an owner, man. And that's why a lot of these games, man, they lose, man, because they haven't won since 95. So that goes to show you, man, and they had a nice run in the 90s, man, and it's like it haven't carried over to the 2000s at all.
Not at all. Jerry, he's been the head of the helm for the majority of that. I guess all of it. And right now, I can see feeling realize, hey man, the time is up with his team. He's not. I don't think he can go through another rebuild process.
No, definitely not.
Hope it works out for him. But Jerry Jones, for that reason, you on the Bus Show Bubble of the Week.
Well, they gotta pop their bubble, man.
Yep.
It's a little safety pan, man. But like I said, it's man, the situation with that, man, I feel like, and I'm saying it first. I'm telling you, my word. Like I said, I don't want nothing. McCarthy, well respected coach in the league, man. He won Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers. He a well respected coach, man, but I feel like his time in Dallas is coming to an end, man. And I won't be surprised if Belichick be under the helm next year.
Yep, the next year. I just think McCarthy, he gonna have to maybe he can force some losses, but you can't get blown out at home like that. And not making the playoffs is just good enough. I think it's championship or bust for Dallas.
I'm
Uh,
not gonna say championship, but it's playoffs. At least win. If he make it to the playoff and win one playoff game, his job safe. But if he don't, then it's a wrap.
supposed to do that last year, but Green Bay later.
That's the reason. That's the reason why I just said they last stint. If they make the playoffs, which they still can, if they get back on the road, they still got a long season. It's not like the season over with. You know what I'm saying? They're just struggling right now. But if they get their stuff together and make a push, they already playing in a weak conference in NFC. There's no dominant teams in the NFC right now. You know what I'm saying? Is what you got San Fran. You know what I'm saying? The Falcons like number 2. They playing good, you know what I'm saying? So it's like wide open, man. Philly even not even feeling that like they was last year. Like a lot of teams, not the same teams. So the NFC, man, is wide open. Like you don't have that one dominant team in the NFC, like the Chiefs in the AFC, man. The AFC is dominated by the Chiefs. There's nobody in the AFC can compete with them guys. So it's like, what do you got in the East? It's wide open. There's nobody there. You know what I'm saying? You got teams that gonna put up some points, but who's the dominant team in the NFC East? It's nobody.
Nobody. Yeah, the Redskins. Well, they up and rising, and I guess Dan Quinn gotta get his what he
No,
up in tempo brotherhood wherever he did with Atlanta. He's trying to transition him uh, to the Commanders, not Redskins.
but who is nobody? Is nobody in the NFC East that's dominant? That's they dominate themselves pretty much. You feel what I'm saying? And you gotta look at it. Washington got a rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He playing decent. I'm not gonna argue with that. You got New York with Daniel Jones. He's struggling. So they just lost their top target in Naples, the wide receiver, man. He been out for a few games. You know what I'm saying? Then you go to Philly. They got situation going on up there. They not the same Philly from last year.
Yeah,
Then you got Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like
and
who
that,
the dominant team? There's nobody in the NFC that's dominant, man. That can put up a threat to anybody in the AFC. I don't care who they go up in the AFC. They not a threat to nobody.
and we're gonna see how it plays out. But right now, like you said, NFC is wide open. Still a lot of
Wow.
football. All right, people, man. Thanks for joining us. Again, I know we said in the last 2 podcasts we're gonna have a new format. We're putting it together right now. We're still using our old concept, but things are working out. We thank you for being patient with us and joining us each and every week on the podcast. And again, we're gonna have a special show in the upcoming weeks, just showing our love and appreciation. And again, just want to say again for all the men and women here at the Bubba Cast, for your boy D, Professor D.
Big Money E.
Thank you for joining us, fam. Bubba Cast Nation. Peace out.
Oosh.
The Bubblecast is proudly made in the great state of Georgia.